My name is Sarah, and today I will be doing a book review on a book that is in my home state. Yes, for those of you who don't know, I live in the state of Texas. So we got our Texans, we got our Longhorns, and we got the Texan accents. So yeah, I wonder what could be in Texas, maybe a little bit of Midnight, aka today I am doing a book review on Midnight's Crossroads from Miss Charlaine Harris. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Miss Charlaine's the one who came up with the True Blood series, even though I have not read the series. So, yeah, for non-spoilers, this is about Midnight, Texas, a small little town in the middle of nowhere in Texas. I'm not going to get tired of that because we really don't get that much representation down here. So, non-spoilers. We have basically multiple point of views. One's from Manfred, and he's a psychic who just moved to Midnight. Then we got Fiji, his neighbor, who owns a little store and is a witch. Well, I would say like a witch in training because. And then we got Bobo, who owns the Midnight Pawn Shop, who is also renting out a house to Manfred. And we get them point of views. We also get sometimes little side characters' point of views just to help map out the world. And what happens in this story is that Bobo's girlfriend, who thought just left on her own free will, turns out she was murdered. And they gotta find out who killed her because people are thinking it's Bobo because of a legacy that was placed on him when he was like, no thank you. So I liked it. It was a little cute. There were some scenes where I was like, aww. But I would give it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. One, because the characters' point of views kept jumping around sometimes, and I was like, okay, these are the main characters, right? And that was the only thing that was giving me a little trick. And when we found out who murdered Aubrey, is like there was no clues whatsoever, so I wasn't able to tag along when they figured out who did it. But I can live without it. So yeah, I would like to rate this the Midnight Texas series right next to Michelle Bardsley Broken Heart series, because that town is about a little town as well in the middle of nowhere in Oklahoma, and it has a bunch of supernatural creatures. So apparently in Midnight, those who have their own secrets are like, supernaturals, a killer, or something else. So yeah, that's Midnight, I keep wanting to say Midnight Texas, Midnight Crossroad by Charlaine Harris. Apparently it's a trilogy, so you can finish it real fast. And there's a TV series coming out, so better look out. So that's it, non-spoilers, and bye! So apparently I did have a hat for this, but I did not want to get it because it's under all kinds of stuff, so yeah. Spoilers! Midnight Crossroads. So like I said, Manfred, he's a psychic and also like a telephone psychic, and he moves to Midnight. We exactly don't know why. I think it might be explained further on in the series, in the trilogy. And he's renting from Bobo, who owns the pawn shop, Midnight Pawn Shop. And he has 2 guests that live there as well. One is Miss Olivia. We have no clue what she does because she keeps traveling out of town, and she's known to dump some bodies and set some things on fire with her partner, which is Lemuel. I think that's how you pronounce his name, Lemuel. He is a vampire. So I don't know, because I hear this is also part like of the True Bloods world. But apparently these vampires, they can not only suck your blood, but they can suck your life force. So Manfred knew what he was because Lemuel touched his hand the first night he was there, and he's like, "You're a vampire." It's like, I picked you because you didn't seem the type to be bothered from 2 guys holding hands. He's like, "Yeah, you should just warn me." He takes that he accepts it very easily, so I'm guessing he's already encountered some vampires. And we got Fiji. Fee, who owns a little witch shop in Midnight. And she keeps saying she's a witch. She does do some tricks, but I think she might still be in training because she has like focus sometimes when she does her magic. And she has a pet cat named Mr. Snuggly. I like that cat, even though I don't like cats. I like that cat because I'll tell you why later on. So yes, we got them guys, and then we got other people of Midnight. We got Teacher, yeah, his name is Teacher, and Madonna with their baby. Madonna runs the restaurant, the only cafe there at Midnight. Then we got Chewy and Joe. They are a couple, and they run the nail salon. Go guys! Oh, and by the way, there's only one little stoplight there to stop you at midnight. So please take a look around, people. Then we got the Gas and Go gas station ran by the Creek family. We got Connor and Creek. Sorry, the Lowell family, not the Creeks, because Creek is the daughter's name, and we got Connor, her younger brother, and Sean, who's their daddy. And apparently they're there for one of those secret reasons. And yeah, that's just the preacher, Rev. He's very silent, keeps to himself, and only speaks when he has to do like a sermon or pray for someone. He's kind of creepy. They got Pet Cemetery, so I kind of want to know what he's at midnight for, but I'll just keep my distance. So apparently Bobo had a girlfriend named Aubrey, and she left. And everyone thought she just ran out on Bobo, and he was really sad, but he never reported it. And so one day Fiji and she manages to get everyone, except for Lemuel, because he can't go outside, for a picnic. Their first picnic, yeah! Then they find a body. And it's Aubrey's. Poor Bobo. First of all, he liked her. Second of all, the police department take a long time to figure out what happened to her. Like, they think, accident. And then they find a gun that was stolen from Bobo's place, thinking shooting. But no, then they find out she was poked by something after getting hit by a car. It's like, I understand y'all are from a small town, but surely the police department isn't this behind on finding details to what turns out to be a murder. And then we have the Men of Liberty, the MOL, a little activist group that wants to make America back to its glory days. And they're after Bobo because the reason why he moved it to midnight was because of his crazy grandpa, who made this huge legend about his giant gun and weapon collection, which apparently isn't that big, except for the legend, which is huge. So, the leader sends 2 men to go get the answers. Lemuel and Olivia kill them and make the bodies disappear. Oops. Then, they show up to Aubrey's funeral for like a little flag ceremony, which went south, and apparently the guy who's in charge of the MOL, his hunting lodge burned down. I think we might want to keep an eye on those 2, because, you know, they're doing some things. I like them, though. They make a good team. So, it turns out days do go by, which I was really peeved about the investigation, because it's like days go by. And Manfred, he does get a vision from Aubrey telling her to tell Bobo that she really did love him, because she was sent by the MOL to get information, but she did love him. So, she was going to do what was right for her man. And, yeah. What I think they could have done in this series was, like, you know, we got Fiji, who's a witch, then we got Manfred, who's a psychic, and then we got Bobo, who has Aubrey's sayings. And, you know, it could performed, even though I'm totally against this seance. You know, a little, because, like, you know, we got a witch to make a protective circle, we got a psychic who can communicate with the dead, and we got a guy who has the deceased objects. So, you know, a connection or something, put a little supernatural in it. I'm just assuming that's what this town is for. So, Yeah, they could have done that. And then we find out that the MOL did not kill Aubrey after the leader kidnapped Fiji. That did not go so well because she's getting better on her magic because she made him think that he was getting bit by a snake, and then she accidentally did set his foot on fire. It's like a little bit more practice, Fiji, a little bit more practice. And for those non-spoilers who are still watching this, I am about to give out who actually murdered Aubrey because it was not Bobo. That was never questioned. And it was not the MOL leader. So if y'all want to be spoiled, y'all go on ahead. If y'all don't, y'all might want to pick up the book and find out because I had no clue who it was because there's no leading up to it, which made it both frustrating and shocking. I was like, what? So yeah, for those of you who are still watching, the one who killed Aubrey was Connor, Creek's 14-year-old brother. And it turns out this wasn't his first time. Ooh! Okay, I took a psych class on this, so I think he was psycho. It's between psycho or socio. I think he was psycho because, first of all, he was known to kill animals, so Mr. Snuggly kept away from him. Find out why. And he killed an old lady who lived next door to them when the mama died, and that's why they moved. Because first of all, psych eval said, "Oh, Connor is fine. He's been helped." Start killing animals again. So they moved to the middle of nowhere. Creek, who wanted to go off to college, her papers went missing because Connor, little bastard, tore them up. And then he ran over Creek's dog, saying it was a hit and run. They had a nice little funeral at the pet cemetery, and then he, thinking that Aubrey was flirting with him and being rejected, he ran her over and started poking the body. And he's like, "I'll just leave it here. Besides, Bobo has a gun, so I'll just drop it and make him think, he killed her." So it's like, and he was very calm about it. It's like, just reading off something from a chore list. It's like, nothing really, she just ran stuff. I wanted to make sure she was dead, so I started poking her. Thank you, Lemuel, for snapping his little neck. But now, the Lovewells had to move away from Midnight because eventually the sheriff came asking, and they made a fake confession for Connor, and everyone thinks he ran away, so. Apparently, one person did know that Connor was the killer, and you could have spoken up a little earlier, Mr. Snuggly. Apparently, the cat can talk, and he's a real sass mouth, and he knew Connor was the killer, and he never brought it up. So, I do have some favorite characters. Number 3 is the mule because he's a vampire. He runs the night shift at the Midnight Pawn Shop, and apparently he gets some strange customers, so I would like to be around him and take a look at his clientele. So, having vampire next to me, when there's snake people coming and deciding whether or not to eat you, be comforting. Manfred, even though he didn't do much, and we don't know that much about his past, except that he worked with his grandma who was a psychic. I like him. He's like the innocent character, the person that we would be if we moved to a strange town and we're still trying to catch our feet and everything. And he's a psychic. People believe him. He gets emails from his true websites, and he actually did something to help Bobo, was by telling him about Aubrey. And number 1, I don't like them, but Mr. Snuggly, I rank the cat as number 1. He was really sassy, and he was actually debating whether or not to let people know that Fiji got kidnapped. He's like, but it's raining outside, I don't want to get wet, and Fiji left the soup on. Fine, I'll go get someone, then I'll go back to sleep. And then when they finally say, okay, we're gonna go get Fiji, it's like, fine, I'll come along too. Besides, I need my feeder back. And Bobo was like, you've been with her for 5 years and you still call her your feeder? He's like, oh, and I want some salmon. I like that cat. He threats about like laying on your face while you sleep, I will close my door. But I like that cat. I like him sassy, and I want to know how sassy he is on the TV show. So Midnight Crossing. Midnight Crossroad. I keep wanting to call it Midnight Texas because it's just catchy. I actually imagine that it's like between Junction and Sonora because that's kind of like in the middle of nowhere. So yeah, 3 out of 5 stars. I'm expecting it to grow in the next 2 books. I would love to find out what everyone's secrets are. Like Lemuel, he's been there probably before it was built, and he has these dusty books that Bobo found that he wants back. I'm thinking maybe there's like a secret or something why these people come to midnight. It's like must have answers. So yes, I rank it right next to Michelle Barsley's Broken Heart series, town in the middle of nowhere full of secrets. And yeah, 3 out of 5 stars. The ending did not give itself away. I am kind of glad about that, but I wish they left some breadcrumbs for me to follow. There's a lot jumping around between point of views, so it could get confusing after like the first 2 chapters, but then you slowly catch along. So, and yeah, for those of you who like the True Blood series, I'm guessing you might like this one as well. So, and it's becoming a TV series. So, yeah. Charlene, I believe I am saying that right. Charlene Harris, Midnight Crossroad, part of the Midnight Texas series. Yep, a novel of Midnight Texas. So, yeah. My name is Sarah, and bye!